Hello and welcome in new episode of Go Global Eastern Europe podcast. This show is dedicated for smart entrepreneurs, marketing experts and sales leaders from Eastern Europe that want to get global clients. Our today's guest would tell us how to get global coverage by news. Alena Dalskya-Latosiewicz is expert of PR and she's leading whole communication at WePlay Esports, super innovative company that was created in Ukraine, but now it's also global, and even they have our own esport arena in Kyiv. So a lot interesting lessons that we can learn from them. And let's jump to the episode. Okay, so hello everyone and welcome, Alena. I'm super happy that we can talk at one of the first episodes that you are my guest. So welcome in Go Global Eastern Europe.
Hello, Thomas. Hello, everyone. I'm very pleased to be here. And it's really a big honor for me because would like to discuss a bit some interesting topics, and as well, I'm open for all the questions in case someone will have.
Great. So at the beginning, if you can share with us your story, how your career was going to this point.
I think the main point for me was always to follow my dreams, and I was working, first in advertising company and then in fashion and lifestyle magazine and afterwards in esports, and each this period of my life I was following my dream. And after working in lifestyle magazines like Elle and Marie Claire, afterwards I have experience to work in marketing agency as well, but the focus of this agency were mostly on high-end brands like L'Oreal, Grey Goose, BMW, Lexus, and so on. So all this expertise I had a chance, to bring to all marketing communication. I think the ticking point was not even just esports, honestly, but I wanted to, to work mostly in strategic communication, because it's a great honor and pleasure to work with these worldwide brands when you can deliver something and perform the best result. But anyway, no matter how long is the contract, it still has its start and end point. And for me was a big challenge to to start building something from scratch. And I was always open to anything new, so it was all combined in one point. And when I discovered this opportunity and esports, and I just said, wow, that's what I really want to do. And no matter that some things that I'm still not so familiar, was not so familiar at the time, I was excited because it's a great challenge to discover some totally new field.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about, because as you said about following the dreams, so I know that many girls dreaming to working in fashion industry, like you have this opportunity. But on the other hand, yeah, you
I
have
was
this.
one of them.
Okay, but on the other hand, I see that you. Yeah. On the other,
Connection is a bit.
yeah, something with connections. But on the other hand, I see that you have this wonderful opportunity to create something new, like entire new world in esports, and that, as I feel, it's also could be kind of your dream. Yes.
Yes, it is, because it was a dream already on a bit another level, because working, I was, really in the best time, I think, for lifestyle magazines. It was like on top. Now we see everything what's going on, like the print media, they going a bit, they changing into digital. And as I still keep connection with my, with journalists and editors from lifestyle, the situation changing. So what that time was best, I really I delivered, and I enjoyed it mostly. And here as well, so the idea my focus was already on, my professional opportunities, what I can do, not only in field, but in terms of everyday work. And that was that time for me, probably time of making decision,
Mm.
one of the most recent, right? That's right. But what's interesting now, because everything goes around, yeah, and we see how esports merge with different other fields, and I think very soon we'll see more, merging brands from fashion, from lifestyle as well, with esports. And I'm pretty sure that previous background could help me to bring more to esports and to company I work with. So to combine this, and maybe just a new lifestyle for everyone will appear, and we will be not only people who like we heard or we read something about esports. We can all turn into people who will enjoy to watch these shows.
Okay, so everything is connect. Some our different experience can connect in some different places. So on this point, because for many people that they could not have big big know enough knowledge about esports, like 1 year before, yes, before 1 year I didn't know this is so big industry before we started to work together. So if you can share some information about WePlay and some brief the story and why it's so so big thing now that to be in esport and what's going on with this company.
Esports, it didn't appear like yesterday, because the main thing what differs esports from gaming, it's that it's competitive gaming, of course. And whenever people from, I don't know, first Coliseum or anywhere, people like this competitive stuff, and that drives them a lot. And of course, we live in the world that's changed so fast, and esports is just another way of having this experience of competitive gaming. And especially with all things, we see better internet connection, we see better all technology stuff, we see how publishers who create games, how they sophisticated with what they offer to their customers. So all this stuff they bring like in other industry, but it's not differs, honestly, it doesn't differ so much as you can think from the start, because the nature of competitive gaming, it's quite common for everyone. It's just the way we receive these emotions or the way we engage it. So for example, some esports discipline, they more easy to understand what's going on. And for example, Dota 2, you have to be more kind of engaged to understand what you see on the screen or how to play. And at the same time, CSGO, yeah, Counter Strike, in I think in 10 minutes, basic stuff you're gonna understand, and you already feel this adrenaline. So WePlay Esports, a company that was already I think around 9 years on the market, because we still have this 8 years, but time goes so change. It's already 9 years on the market after its rebranding, because when our founders, they realized more opportunities in what they already have business, what they love, they engage, and that was the point when they start to make the company grow. And for quite short period of time, and I'm very honored to be part of the team, we from company that was only starting this journey, we now turning into world leading company. And very tiny spoiler, and I'm I can't wait to bring the very great news to all esports fandom that we already preparing very soon, that will make my words more more reputable what I say. So it's not just advertising, it's really fact, and we'll be very pleased to invite everyone to watch what we prepared
Okay.
for everyone.
Okay. So how big is WePlay, if you can share? How many
Yeah,
people working here?
we play now. We have a team more than 300 people. We very multi-international company. Nevertheless, our root starts from Ukraine. For now, we have two offices like in Kiev and in Los Angeles, and of course, we have a few sales offices in the UK, in London, and in Moscow, in Russia, and few are coming soon. So in WePlay, you can meet people from, what I like, it's like people from very different background. Of course, a lot of people like, endemic who like, I don't know, they've been, they and esports, it's like it's one word, yeah, because they breathe esports, they love esports, they live with esports, and of course we have people from very different backgrounds. We have financial department, of course, very awesome and professional legal team, PR, marketing. HR department. So all these people, they try to find the common language and they are learning how to work together and how to bring the best quality services and products to the world market.
Okay, great. So yes, so let's slightly move to your area or of your kingdom, so public relations. And if you can share how it's possible to create, maybe you can just say a few words what you achieved with PR and what is specific in this esports PR, this your industry.
No, I think that for me, most valuable, of course, that achievement is that reputation of WePlay Esports. And the journey we are going together with our colleagues, with our stakeholders, with our fans, viewers, and we're going through any changes and challenges together. So the main thing that WePlay Esports is a company that we are quite transparent, we are open. Anything we do with really passion, and I think as well it's quite specific for what we do here. And the main achievement, of course, it's reputation and brand awareness of the company. Of course, we on one of the steps of this long journey, and I will make short tiny one more spoiler, professional spoiler again. We want to start working on strategical level in terms of working with reputation index, and it's not still not too many companies on the stage of and very fast development. They already work with this index, but I hope we're gonna do it. Why we need it, of course, to deliver this business impact with communication and to help company growth. And for me, it was really valuable experience because I still have this chance yet to create a PR team from scratch, and I'm very thankful for the company and for trust to make this real, and to everyone from my team who trust me personally and company, who joined team and who delivered. So of course we monitor, we research, and we measure our results in different metrics, and thanks to many companies and tools who help us with doing this. But anyway, main objective of any PR department communication, it's still not just metric, it's how it helps business goals to be achieved.
Okay, so how do you start with some PR campaign to achieve some global coverage, or maybe even in not only in a home country? Because I think it's pretty easy if you have some success in our countries that okay, someone had access success, let's write about them. But yeah, I know that you have like success in UK, US, and many countries. How do you start to get in touch with journalists from these countries? What could be the first steps even to connect them?
In Ukraine, very interesting mentality, very interesting. I had a few discussions with my colleagues, not only from PR, but sometimes Ukrainian, like not Ukrainian, we are not Ukrainian company, we're already global company, but of course any company starts from somewhere. And but in Ukraine, if you have roots from this country, Ukrainian will like agree that you succeed only if global market will say, guys, you're cool.
Mhm.
So this is very specific. It's not like I think in many other countries. So if they see you succeed somewhere, I don't know, you gain some great media coverage in US market, for example. Oh, that means these guys are really cool. So honestly, quite insightful because for me personally, and I know for some of my peers, was much more easier to work with global media in start than in
Okay.
Ukraine
Whoa.
because yeah, because here it's very weird because we have so many esports background and market here. A lot of players, a lot of teams, a lot of companies, they have their roots from Ukraine in esports. Really, it's huge. I can honestly say it's huge esports hub, and I'm pretty sure after all the story with COVID will finish, you guys will come to our first arena in Kiev. We play esports arena Kiev. Believe me, it's awesome. It's amazing. It's very sophisticated with all this technical stuff. It has this ambience, and you will see what I'm talking about. So getting back to media coverage, when you gain in it in other countries, here in Ukraine was much more easier, and that's how it works. But about specific, I think there are now a lot of courses how to pitch media, how to do it correct. Of course, you have to learn this, and we do it with your team. But main thing, you have to respect and you have to think like a journalist, honestly. And I think my background from editorial business helps me because I know how these people think. And you don't need to sell your story, you need to make this story interesting for the readers of this media. So this is how you work with angles. And I think global media, they like more they value their time a lot, and if they're interested in story or in your, I don't know, press release, it goes very fast most of the time. If they're not, they're not. So as well, they respect your time, and that makes our story moves faster.
Okay. So story is the most important part of this process, yes?
Yeah, of course. And story, not like we creating something not existing, but when you work with story, I mean, you want to deliver to any media, you thinking about how it can bring any value to the reader. This is the most important. But we now talking about media relations. It's just part of PR. Yeah, it's very important part and very valuable. And of course, in terms of digital era, yeah, we know already how to measure this, but it's not the only one. And as well, it's very important, I think, for PR people, if they work in esports or in any other field, not to forget that we can use other tools and methods to achieve the goals we have.
Okay. So can you share any method that could be interesting or maybe useful for like companies starting with PR?
Um, when you mean what method to use when company starts doing PR?
Yes, yes, they want to start. They already used like marketing. We will
Yeah.
go to this topic, but they want to. Okay, it will be great to have few logos on our website that they wrote about us, or they want to have this. Yeah, this reputation is a good word because I think it's a big challenge for many companies from part of the world that companies from the western world think, yeah, okay, I'm not sure if they living in the caves there in Poland, in Ukraine, or in Serbia, and somewhere else. So it's great when we have this confirmation. So yeah, what would you advise? Maybe some tools, methods, frameworks, how to start?
Number one, we have to start to understanding of our business goals. Number two, we have to create our PR communication strategy that will serve these goals, and how we can measure these goals and how we can improve our impact. So, of course, now in PR, kind of a trend, and a lot of professional people, from all over the world, they spend a lot of time and efforts how to work with measurement, and called AMEC. And I really recommend everyone who just interested, no matter PR or communication or marketing, people who are interested in marketing, communication, measurement, and evaluation, to sign in over there. And these guys, they created amazing stuff. It's called AMEC framework. You can use it online. It's very easy. It helps you to align your tactics with objectives and to understand and to deliver to your team or anyone in the company what's the different from outputs and outcomes. Because honestly, what I see on the market everywhere is that PR people, they stuck only on outputs. Yeah. So, your boss or your client, they may ask you, okay, we have 100,000 billions media coverage in, I don't know, all media over the world. What's the purpose of it? What's the value of it? And this is what I recommend in any level, junior, senior, middle, to learn how you can not only track your result, how you can evaluate what you did, and to connect it with business goals. So without step number one, you're not going to succeed, because how you can connect it, your results with business goals, if you don't know them? So this
Okay.
is how the circle goes around.
Okay, okay. So I think it's great introduction. So yeah, let's smoothly move to this topic that I know that you want to share some ideas from this position of PR and marketing from each other. So how it's connect, what should be first, and when is the right time to start with
Mhm.
PR, or maybe it's should we start with both, or maybe we start with PR and then add marketing. What's your opinions about it?
Today it's a very sensitive topic in any country. As I see a lot of posts from my colleagues in the UK, a lot of posts from colleagues in Russia. Now people in Ukraine, I think, starts talking about this. Why is it going on? Because I don't remember, someone wrote, I think, on Facebook, and I'm totally agree with this. So honestly, now marketing digital PR is kind of the same thing. Yeah, because PR was few years ago even kind of supportive way, or one of the methods of marketing, because we couldn't measure it. Yeah. And at the moment when we all turn into digital, and PR starts having its own metrics, so what you can measure, you can evaluate, right? So this is how the story goes. And now, yeah, there is a situation, kind of marketing and PR have some kind of competition, but I think it's a very, very healthy one. wrong approach. That's why we see in many company who like very fast forward moving on the market. Sometimes we see even there is no marketing or PR department, it's communication department or it's brand communication department, because you sometimes you can use both marketing and PR, they can use the same tools, but for different approaches and for different goals. And that's why there shouldn't be any conflict on this. Because of course, as I see, honestly, marketing people, they're a bit jealous that PR people start using, for example, SEO approach or, some content marketing stuff. But it depends on goals. Yeah. For example, what I see, it's my professional observation, my personal observation, let's say like this. When you work with B2C customers, or I don't know, you have some e-commerce and you mostly work with people who order something online. So as well, you need here marketing or communication integrated stuff. And of course, marketing here comes first. I mean, in terms of deliver customers, and PR goes mostly for kind of corporate stuff. If this company wants, for example, go to stock market or stuff like this. If the company works mostly on B2B or B2G markets, so here I think PR is kind of has first role, because most how you attract your potential customers and stakeholders, it's reputation. So it depends on what market you work on and what goals you want to achieve. And anyway, if you, because as I see now, marketing, it's a bit even short term, because everyone expects from marketing very fast results. So you do campaign, for example, ads campaign, you do campaign, you show your metrics, you show your sales. This is how Q second was succeed or not. What goes with reputation, you can't build reputation in one day. Yeah, you can do something amazing like you're doing, Thomas, with your podcast, yeah, but you need time
Thank you.
to bring to people that you have very amazing podcasts. You need to have a few guests, so it needs time. And that means that PR, it's kind of can be even more, let's say, needs even more probably investment, but it will work more efficient on your long term. Yeah. And especially if company have like big dreams, they dream very big and they want to go global. If the company want to go someday on stock market, they need to think to start about PR now, yesterday, not tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's also big connection between these two fields,
Sure.
because there is many people are not believing in the marketing, like obvious marketing. So I even saw yesterday in some marketing group that they, for example, joined podcasts and they promote not like webinar, not sales letter. They promoted podcast, but in the podcast was implement also marketing communication, also some good copywriting, but in this way, like information. So I think, like, for example, getting good coverage and then promoting this, it could be combined, because still people believe in more in some external sources that okay, we are the best. But if some media write that we are the best and we promote this, that could be great synergy, I think.
The PR stuff is, you're right. Then when third party someone says you are the best, not because people already, they are tired of this direct advertisement and we full of this, and you know they don't trust it. We know this when they don't want to watch banners. And that's why marketing now focus a lot on influencer marketing, and in many industries, actually in esports, it's one of the best instruments, I think, because, but this is the same approach. The idea we get, it's coming not directly from company or company representative, it comes from third party, from influencers. So this is very good point, Thomas, thank you for that. Right. But even when we, for example, doing something in marketing, we need to to use as well, I think, this PR approach. So that's why I'm a big fan of content marketing, for example, because it combines, I think, all the best what we have for now in their, in marketing and PR communication, whenever we called it, in editing, because we can deliver great text, we can combine all our experience, we can have a link building over there if we need, we can bring with this link some funnel or some audience, or we can deliver with third party experience, we can get inside the call to action, we can ask our stakeholder, so we work for stakeholder engagement direction. So it's all together. And yeah, I think this is one of the best way how to work now.
Yeah, indeed, I agree with this. Reason why I choose this this path, and especially LinkedIn as this this micro world of the professionals, of the people who of of this possibility that we can create network of people that we think, okay, that probably will be interested or we want to connect somehow. So yeah, I think it's everything with the similar, rules from the beginning, from the
Mhm.
fundamentals, from the pillars, and then different ways to express this.
Actually, I'm a big fan of LinkedIn because it helps, I think, for PR people most of all other social medias, because it helps to build this thought leadership for people and to build actual reputation. Because other social medias, they have their own focus, and they more, I think they still more marketing for me. Like, for example, Instagram, here's my new jacket, buy because I wear this and you love me, that's why you need to have it. Something like this. In LinkedIn, you can, bring your expertise only thinking how it can be valuable for other people. So I think you're on the very right track, and you help a lot of companies and people to build this reputation. And guys, I really recommend you to subscribe to Thomas' LinkedIn page. He posts a lot of very very valuable content.
Thank you for this. And yeah, I think in this stage we can slowly go to the end. And if you can share where people should follow you if they want also to follow your path, and where you share your lessons on this road, PR or as PR esports PR person.
You know, what's funny? Not long time ago, I had data that around 70% PR people, they don't have the personal brand and personal PR. And as well, I had a discussion with other PR people about this, and one of the uh, Ukrainian, I don't know, trainer, coach, communication staff and company trainer Marina Starodubska. I love what you do, Marina. So as well, she said very correct idea. Yeah, but these people, they bring really genuine and natural fans around them. Yeah, even if we don't work holistically. So honestly, I'm very bad in my personal PR. I admit it. And every day I'm thinking, yes, today I need to do more posts. Today I need to have a guest article, but all the time something comes for a company or
Mhm.
for some stakeholders, and it takes first, and by the end of the day you're like, oh, again, yeah. So but I use for communicating with other professional people from my field. Of course, most of it, it's LinkedIn, and over there as well. At least, guys, I really try to share my lessons from my professional life, some insights, something I see valuable. And my page is Alena Dalskya, so you can find it. And please subscribe. Let's get connected. Let's exchange our opinions. Uh, Honestly, for now, I don't have any guest articles in on based on regular time, but I promise I will change it. And one thing, just to to share how I did kind of, it was not like, page for sharing lessons, but I experienced some difficulties in finding people in my team. And in Telegram, I just created a channel like PR jobs and comms like this, like HR for PR. And somehow, I just posted the jobs, what I really love and I trust companies. And somehow people start subscribe, and I honestly didn't put a lot of effort. So if you love something and you really want to do, and even if you don't have time, please don't start. Just start and do it, and you'll see probably it will grow even without your big efforts.
Great, great story for the end. So thank you for this, thank you for this talk. Thank you for sharing your lessons, and yeah, see you on online and on LinkedIn.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your attention. Thank you, Tomasz. Bye
Thank you.
bye.